Yes, welcome to English Conspectus. Today I have taken one chapter from literature section from 6th standard Oxford publication book, and that is written by John Keats. It is basically an ode written on two insects, that are on the grasshopper and the cricket. So before reading the poem, let us have a quick view about the poet. So the picture you can find John Keats. So he was born in the year 1795 and he died in the year 1821. He was an English romantic poet. He was one of the main figures of the second generation of romantic poets. So John Keats, so in such a short lifespan, that from 1795 to 1821, his age was not that much, okay. So he died because of tuberculosis. So you have to just find that at what age he died. After calculating, although his poems were not generally well received by critics during his lifetime, his reputation grew after his death, and by the end of the 19th century he had become one of the most beloved of all English poets. So here what is said, that earlier when he was alive, at that time he was not that much renowned. Only when his reputation grew, or when he became famous, only after his death, when his poems got published. And he is one amongst the most main figures of the second generation romantic poets. So why 18th and 19th century is known as romantic age? Because the poets or the works that were published at that time, basically we can find the one theme, that was love towards the nature, okay. They used to worship nature, like we can find this in the works of Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge, Keats and Shelley. All these four and many others are known as romantic poets. William Blake is also there, okay, William Blake. So this ode is mainly about the two insects. First one is grasshopper and the another one is cricket, that how they used to help earth just to keep on going, like the earth poetry is never dead. This is the only main theme of this ode or this poem written by John Keats. And here we can also find that grasshopper is playing music. So now let us begin on the grasshopper and the cricket. So the poetry of earth is never dead, okay. So this line is very important. The poetry of earth is never dead. It means that whatever the poetry of the earth is there, it is never dead. It means that the music of nature is you can find it throughout your life. Like if winter goes, then summer comes, spring comes, okay. So all these things are there, that anything is never going to be permanently dead. Everything will be there. Suppose if I give you the example, if there is a tree, and what you can find in the tree, leaves are there, fruits are there. So after some time what happened, the leaves which are new, after some time it will shed, okay. And the fruits that are new, after some time it will get rotten and they will fall down in the ground. And the seeds, what will happen to the seeds? They will be buried under the soil, and after some time once again you will find that a new plant is taking birth. So that's why that never anything is not dead, okay, and everything used to renew. That is the nature. So that is why he is telling that the poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun. Now what is the meaning of faint? Faint means that something very weak, or when you become unconscious. So due to the scorching sun, what happened, all the birds used to faint. So they are seeking for some cool place and hide in a cooling trees. A voice will run from hedge to hedge about a new mown mead. It means that after, when they used to feel the scorching sun, so when they start fainting, they used to hide themselves in a cooling tree. At that time they hear a voice, and who used to sing? And that voice used to run from hedge to hedge about the new mown mead. Now this word mown, this is taken from mow. And what is the meaning of mow? Mow means to cut something, okay. So and mead is taken from the word meadows. And what does that mean? It means that green grasses, okay. So new mown mead, it means that newly freshly cut grasses, okay, the grasses that are freshly cut. So that is the grasshoppers. It means that the voice which is running from hedge to hedge. And what is hedge? Hedge, you can say that at a fence made up of plants, or hedge also you can find that hedge also means a row of bushes or trees. Okay. So this voice used to run from hedge to hedge about the freshly cut green grasses, and that is the grasshoppers. It means that that voice is of grasshopper's voice. He takes the lead. It means that he is the leader, or he used to sing in summer luxury, and he used to find summer as a very soothing period. So here also you will be finding the first stanza. Poet is talking about grasshopper, his voice, and summer season. Okay, this which season he is talking about? He is talking about summer. And in the later on, in the next stanza, we will be finding about winter and about the cricket. Okay. So he has never done with his delight. It means that he never stops singing with his delight. And where he used to find delight, and what is the meaning of delight? Extremely happy. So he used to feel delight in singing or in the music. For when tired out with fun, and this is fun to him, like singing or making voices or taking out the voices is fun to the grasshopper. And when he is tired after singing, what he used to do? He rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. And again it is said that what happens to this grasshopper when he is tired of making the voice or playing the music? He used to take rest and ease. Ease means easily. Beneath, what is the meaning of beneath? So beneath means under, below, or inferior to something. So where he used to take rest beneath. It means that under some weed, some pleasant weed. Pleasant means happy, okay, or something very exciting. Weed. Now what is the meaning of weed? You might have seen that in your garden or in your farm, you will be finding some unwanted grass used to grow. Okay, so that is, no one used to plant them. And everyone, you will be finding that someone, your gardener, used to just pull it out and throw. Okay, so these are known as unwanted grasses that you can find in the forest also. So what this grasshopper used to do? This grasshopper used to take rest under that pleasant grass, okay, or that unwanted grass or weed. Now this line is also very important. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. Okay, the poetry of earth is ceasing never. Ceasing, again it means that ending. So it means that in simple term, the poetry of earth is never ending, same as the first line of this poem. So on a lone winter evening when the frost was wrought. So on a lone winter evening, what is the meaning of lone? Lone means alone, lonely, or some solitary, okay, or isolated. So what happens on a lone winter evening? That winter evening, why winter evening is known as lone, that we will read in the next lines. So on a lone winter evening, that no one was there at that evening time, when the frost has wrought a silence. What is the meaning of wrought? It means that to bring, okay, to produce. Here according to this poem, it means that to bring. Actually wrought is the past participle of the word work, okay. So but here according to this poem, we have to consider this wrought as a produce. So when the frost has produced a silence, what is the meaning of frost? When the temperature falls below 0 degrees Celsius, that is known as frost, okay. So due to the chill, what happened? The chill has brought a silence, and due to which there was no one there in that evening. So that's why that winter evening is considered as lonely. Like nowadays, what happened due to the pandemic? You can't find anyone just roaming here and there unwantedly, and even one should not roam, okay. So this pandemic has caused wrought a silence in our lives, okay. So it means that everything is lonely, lone winter evening. So from the stove there shrills the cricket song, and it means that they are saying that from that hedges, what happened? Shrills. What is the meaning of shrill? It means that high and unpleasant. Some high and unpleasant sound used to come. Here this John Keats is not considering cricket song as a very pleasurable. He is considering it as a very scrunching, like very high and unpleasant. And whose sound it is? It is a cricket song. So you have seen in summer who used to sing? Grasshopper used to sing. In winter, John Keats is saying that here people can hear the cricket song. In the warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in a drowsiness half lost. And that one who is just drowsiness, it means that sleepiness, okay, half lost. So whenever you are feeling sleepy, at that time you are half lost, okay. If your mother calls you to take food, at that time also you will be so, okay mom, I am just coming, and you will be just feeling very sleepy. At that time you are not that active, okay. It means that you are not in a full consciousness at that time, and seem to one in drowsiness half lost. So that's why Keats is using that. Due to drowsiness, one is feeling half lost, and in warmth increasing over, and that's why he that person used to find this sound as a very unpleasant. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills. So the grasshoppers among some. So once again we will read this. On a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence from the stove, there shrills the cricket song, in warmth increasing ever. It means that the warmth increasing ever due to the cricket song, and seems to one, it means that one is denoting to that person, okay, who is feeling sleepy and he is half lost, and he takes this song as he is thinking that some grasshopper is singing there among some grassy hills, okay. So this is all about this poem written by John Keats. He basically tells us about the two seasons. Here in this picture also you can find that this tree is divided into two. Here we can see that this part of tree is fully greenery we can find, and this is completely no leaves are there, okay. So the two different, here we can find some sunlight and winter, and this symbolizes winter, okay, because the winter of the England, so England winter or some like foreign countries, the winter you will be finding very chilly atmosphere over there, okay. The weather condition, they are not like India. In India we will be not feeling that much cold that foreigners used to feel. So basically all these differences he has said in his poem, like in summer he is talking about grasshopper, and in winter he is talking about the cricket and what happens. And main theme of the poem is the poetry of earth is never going to die, or the music of nature is present everywhere, okay. Now let us talk about difficult words that are here. So faint, hedge, delight, pleasant, reed and shrill, okay. So all these things are there, already I have explained, and that's all in this. Thank you.